everyone, this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Roll Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up at a brand new tavern, with the Coven having their first public outing after Kyra and Mordred's wedding. Kay is still lingering right now, even though he's finished his matchmaking with the heiress and the demon prince. And we don't know whether he's going to stick around or he's going to go back to the demon faction, since he's pretty much done what he came here for. But we've been having some tension, guys. So let's go ahead and talk real quick about what we saw in the mini movie. Basically, we started off still at Castle Sheba. These guys are still currently staying there, but they've come out to this new tavern, which the Queen has made in honor of Lexie, so it is Lexie Tavern, or the Lexie Tavern. But we started off with Jacob and Diana. They were chatting to each other, and I think it was Jacob who kind of took Diana aside so that he could tell her, about the other day. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. And Diana was a bit confused. She was like, what do you mean it's a mistake? Do you regret it? And he said, regret's not the right word, but I did it on an impulse. And I think she was annoyed by that, because she's thinking, okay, so you wanted me on an impulse, and now you don't want me on an impulse? And then she said, I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not interested. And Jacob said, I can't say the same. So he's confused. I mean, obviously he knows he shouldn't be getting involved with her, because his mother straight up said, nope, I have other plans for you. Don't you dare get involved with Diana. So he doesn't have a choice. He has to kind of clean up his mess. Otherwise, his mother will get involved, which he probably doesn't want. So he did go through and, try and tell Diana that, yeah, let's just forget that happened. But at the same time, I think when he saw Diana get angry, he realized that he's a lot more attracted to her than he thought. And the way he was looking at her, guys, the way he was looking, I don't know about you all, but I feel as though Jacob is just looking more and more attractive. Am I the only one? I kind of just sidelined him in the beginning, and I was like, oh, no, he's okay, but he's no Sage, which, to be honest, no one is Sage. No one's gonna be Sage for me. But the more he's getting involved in the story, the more I'm seeing him, I'm realizing he has a very nice face. So we had that, and then the next scene was between our newly married couple, so Mordred and Kyra. And they were down at the basement where we have all of the coffins set up in, the original castle. And he was getting really cozy with her and saying maybe we should, think about children. Maybe we should get started right now. And Kyra, she was kind of like, no, Mordred, stop. I'm not ready for any of that. And he was getting a bit frustrated, and he was saying, well, that's the whole point of this, isn't it? To have offspring. And she said, no, that's not the way things work in the Salazar Empire. Here people marry for companionship, although that's not the case for us. And then he kind of said, oh, is that it, princess? So yeah, they're a little bit peeved at each other, and hopefully it doesn't escalate and they can get over it. But essentially, Mordred had, a want to have children with Kyra, but Kyra obviously isn't ready for that step. She hasn't even thought of it. And yeah, she's told him that. So they're already starting to have, they're not exactly in love, I would say. In the previous episode, I mentioned that she was kind of, starting to open up to him, and she wanted to explore whatever this was, which is why she agreed to the marriage. But, yeah, he's kind of going really, really fast. He's progressing really fast. And Kyra's kind of like, no, slow down. I'm not there yet. So, that's kind of what happened between the two of them. And now, everyone's kind of going out on this public outing. And it was a private moment between the two of them. So I feel like people are noticing that they're a bit cold, or they have been so far. towards each other, but nobody's really saying anything. But hopefully they can get over that. And I feel, guys, as though Mordred, he's kind of, I mean, yes, we might see them be physically affectionate, but I feel like Mordred is going through the motions of what he believes is expected of him. He isn't necessarily pursuing, like, a true love scenario with Kyra or trying to fall in love or anything like that. He's not pursuing that. He's just going through the motions of what he thinks is expected of him based on his understanding of, you know, how unions work in the demon lands, and then also this whole thing. And obviously there are aspects of, you know, the whole marriage scenario that is going over his head, or he can't quite come to terms with because he's grown up in a different environment. Same thing for Kyra. You know, she's used to something different within the coven and the way the vampires work, and some of the things that he's kind of pushing onto her, she isn't comfortable with, or she doesn't really like or understand. So that's kind of where they are at now. But I also do feel like Kyra is definitely, you know, based on the relationships she's been in, she's more inclined to maybe want affection from Mordred before any of that. Even though, you know, she wasn't seeking it initially, I could see in the future, if they, you know, get along especially more and more, how she would start having maybe expectations from Mordred, whereas I feel like Mordred is very much detached. He's going through what he thinks he should be doing, but that doesn't necessarily mean his developing feelings for Kyra. So that's that's kind of what happened and where we are picking up. So let me actually show you guys this lot because it is pretty. So I will put the creator in the description below so you guys can download and play it in your own game. But look at this. It's actually a very pretty time as well. Is it nighttime? I think it is. Yeah, look at that. I mean, the actual, you know, lot itself, or the building, is quite tiny. It's got a lot of outdoor space though, which is slightly problematic for the vampires, but I thought it was cute. It is cozy, and that's kind of where everyone is. And you can see Kyra's like over here. Mordred is sitting on the table, like with the others. And yeah, Kay's still lingering, so there is that. And as everyone kind of goes about and does their own thing, why don't we have a quick chat about the posts? So the Insta posts. So the first one after the previous episode was between, I think it was Matchmaker K. Yeah, and so he was like outside watching the stars with Juno. I don't know, they seemed kind of close, guys. They seemed a bit too close. But he was saying how Juno is becoming more and more fascinating to him because he's noticed that, you know, she's been very flirtatious with the Coven Rose brothers. And he thought, like, his impression of Juno, he knew kind of that she was an important figure based on the way she was behaving. And the way, you know, some of the others were treating her. He kind of assumed that she's not talked about a lot, but it seems as though she's done things, like done a lot of things or taken initiative. So she seems like she has got some gravity to her, which is why he was intrigued. But he has never seen Juno in a romantic setting, so he thought, oh, she's just not interested in any of that. She must be, you know, solely power hungry. But recently, he's seeing her be super flirtatious, so he's thinking, oh, I didn't realize that she had those kind of interests. So, yeah, there is that. And he's kind of thinking, I wonder if, you know, there is someone in the demon faction that is going to be a good match for her. Like, what kind of prince would it be? Like, who would it be? So he was kind of thinking of that. And then the second post was checking in on Lady Catalea, or Royal Wife Catalea, sorry. She was with Queen Eden. Now, she was thinking about the fact that she and Elaine had, you know, yet another fight, and she's always caught up in these pointless fights that she initiates with Elaine. But thankfully, you know, the Queen has been more or less kept out of it, and she was worrying just a little bit what would happen if the queen started paying attention to the fights that she's having with Elaine. And because we know it's sparking from the fact that Elaine keeps saying things about Catalea trying to control the situation, which Catalea doesn't want to seem like that. She wants to seem like the unassuming wife. So she was worrying about, if the queen ever starts taking Elaine seriously, what that could mean for me. Like, she could be in huge... Jeez, I want to cough. She could be in huge trouble. So she was kind of panicking about that. Okay, jeez. And then the final post... Right, was checking in on Prince Mordred. And Mordred, he was befriending Lady Guinevere. So he was chatting with Lady Guinevere by the pipe organ. And he was like acknowledging the fact that, he and Kyra are different people that have grown up in different worlds and environments. And so the way they navigate this marriage is probably going to be very different. And, most likely they will have problems and difficulties and issues and disagreements that pop up. And he was hoping that when those kind of situations come up, if he can have an ally in the coven, like a mature ally like Guinevere, it may help him overcome these problems because he knows how much Kyra respects and reveres Guinevere, and he feels as though, if there is something that happens, Guinevere would be able to put in a good word for him and, maintain that alliance. So basically, help to appease her, I think. Oh, okay. Like I said, these guys, they're like hot and cold. Look at this whim that he has with her, but Kyra's like not ready for that. But yeah, so that's them. And then also Mordred was saying that he doesn't know whether Kay is gonna stick around now that the marriage has happened, and if Kay does leave, then there's like one less person on his side. So he has to start thinking about who he can rely on within the coven itself. Because so far, Kay's been the one, pushing these two together and trying to like help them out. But once he leaves, it's gonna be just them two, and I don't know to what degree Mordred is someone who is like willing to concede and maintain the relationship. So I feel like it's important for them to have people who are more or less kind of advising and preserving, their partnership. So those are what happened. That's kind of what happened in the posts. So I'll leave links to them in the description, and I'll have a link to the Patreon posts as well. Hi. Okay. Well, Ice, you're already friends with Lexie, aren't you, honey? She is. Okay, Bloom, where you at? You're over here. Hold on a second. Windows, large windows. Okay, she wants to... Oh, yeah, she wants to flirt with, like, Estelle. Where is Estelle? Is she here? No. Estelle is not here. She must be sleeping, to be honest. But you also want to chat with Kyra, so let's go do that. Let's tell her a dramatic story. Let's chat with Kyra. No doubt there's like huge buzz around the redhead sisters right now. Well, mainly Kyra. There's huge buzz around Kyra, so I wouldn't be surprised if like everyone's wanting to just talk with her. Including Bloom. All the youngsters, I feel like they're thinking about Kyra a lot right now. She's telling her like an outrageous story. Oh, okay. That's nice. So she's spoken to her. Diana also wants to chat with Kyra. Where'd Kyra go? Kyra, the sister that's obsessed with you wants to chat with you. Complain about cloudy weather. I feel like Diana, she's really happy for Kyra, but also as this is kind of stretching on, she's kind of noticing how much time Kyra's spending with maybe Mordred and like being caught up in this whole marriage situation, being a bride and so. And I could see it annoying Diana at some point that she's not getting as much time with her absolute favorite sister, and she's having to share her sister's, like, attention with other people. I could see that. And then Eve. Eve's wanting to, like, flirt with Lucille. Yeah, Eve's kind of... She's been a little bit all over the place, guys. Not gonna lie. Okay, hold on. Let's come here. Let's come here. She's, like... I'm pretty sure she's flirted with, like, Kay. She's flirted with Catalea. And, now Lucille. She's been a little bit, yeah. She's been a little bit all over the place. Okay, where is... Come on, you guys. Are you talking to Juno? You're chatting with Juno? Come on. Oh, did I didn't even show you guys, like, the interior, did I? I don't think I did. I didn't do a very good job. But inside, you can see we've got this really cute kitchen set up with some bar stools, and then we've got, like, 2 tables down here, a bathroom, and then we have a staircase to this upper portion. Look at this! No one's hanging out up here except for George, but this is so cute. There's, like, a little fireplace. There's, like, a sofa over here. It's just so nice. And then this, you know, is overlooking the downstairs. And we've got, like, brooms hung up everywhere, crystals. We've got, like, the little familiar orbs. It's just a really, really nice place. It's, like, so prettily cluttered as well. So nice. So nice. Okay, and what's this? Chat with Lady Guinevere? Become friends with Chance? Aren't you already friends with Chance? Where is he? Nope, you're not. You're not. Okay, well, that definitely makes sense. I feel like Eve's attention has, like, gone away from the whole visitant business of late. But maybe she's getting back into it with wanting to befriend Chance. So, fair enough. Okay, Guinevere. Let's talk with Guinevere. The champion. Aunt Guinevere. You know, funny thing, guys, even though, like, Guinevere is the aunt for all the princesses, I don't know why, I keep thinking of her as, like, Kyra's aunt, and then not the other princess's aunt. I don't know why, even though that doesn't make sense, because she's everyone's aunt. It's odd. It's odd. But for some reason, in my brain, I keep thinking, you know, oh yeah, she's Kyra's aunt. But no, she's the aunt to every single princess. Maybe it's because the relationship she has with Kyra and the way she treats Kyra. It's, yeah. I feel like that kind of adds. It's like at the back of my mind, and I don't even think... I just assume that is the case because I rarely see her interact with the other youngsters. Okay, Ice. Are you going? Because you have to go. Yeah, she's going, like, all the way back. Okay, okay. You've already chatted with her? Get to know Guinevere. Yes, we can get to know her. We can get to know Aunt Guinevere a little bit more. Okay, small talk, get to know. Chat with her a little bit more. How's Guinevere feeling? How is she feeling? Yeah, oh geez. There's windows everywhere. This lot is pretty, but it is, like, tiny, and there's windows everywhere, and there's, like, vines everywhere, and it's kind of hard to, like, navigate the camera. Even if I put, you know, all the walls down, I feel like it'll be hard to navigate the camera. Okay, can you, Eve is, I mean, Guinevere is a hard lady to get in touch with. Guinevere's, like, yelling at her. Why? I don't know. Guys! Remember in the previous episode, we were like, guys. Remember the previous episode? Catalea, we were talking about how Catalea is, like, digging her hands, her nails into Eve, and, like, she's picked Eve as the person to control. And then we were saying how we wouldn't put it past Catalea to, like, have some secret something going on with Eve, because of how she got close to Eden. Remember how we talked about that? And then we talked about how Eve wouldn't have a problem with this because, like, she's used to secret relationships, and we know the situation she's got going on with Daryl. She just had this want. She just had this want. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my flippin' goodness. She actually wants to court Catalea. And you know what? I feel like this is her secretly wanting to court Catalea. Secretly wanting to. I'm mind blown. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness. Okay, wells. You guys don't even have like a place you could go to in private. I mean, you could try and come up here. You could try. You know what? You know what, guys? Drama. But I do think these two are gonna go sneak upstairs. I mean, anyone could walk in on them, to be honest, but they're gonna go sneak upstairs. These two are just blowing my mind. These just blowing my mind. I didn't realize they would escalate this quickly, guys. I thought surely it's gonna die down, right? These were all what-if scenarios. But it is no longer a what-if scenario. Oh my goodness. Eve has wings, guys. Okay, well, they're up here, like, by the fireplace, when, like, everyone else is downstairs. And I honestly don't even think something like this would cross, like, anyone's head. I don't even know if this would have crossed Daryl's head, even though he was being paranoid that, you know, Eve would get bored of him or sick of him and move on. It's happening. And I don't think anything like this would have crossed Eden's mind. Like, no way in hell. My scandalous. Like, at this point, Game of Thrones couple. Okay. She's gonna dive in with a bold pickup line. She is going to, let's see, ask a risque question. They already have, like, the, look, pink ball going on. Oh, geez. Lucille's here! Lucille is up here! What do you think Lucille's reaction is going to be? Is anyone involved with Lucille? Or has anyone flirted with Lucille? No. Since when did you flirt with Delphi? I don't even know what's going on here. But she has apparently flirted with Delphi. What about Catalea? Catalea doesn't have anything going on with Lucille either. Okay, well, I'm nervous, guys. Lucille's just, like, sitting here on the side, like, oh, hi, hello, guys. She's like, don't mind me. Don't mind me. What is in there? Oh, my goodness. Is that a... Hold on a second. Is that a TV? Like, what is this? Hold on. What is this? No, thank you. No, hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. BB, love, object, on. Let me just get rid of this. This is the reason Lucille's, like, hanging around up here. Yes. Oh, maybe, like, the venue had to have that, and so the builder kind of hid it over there so that it's not an incomplete venue. Is that it? Maybe that's it. What's required in this venue? Because it's a bar, it has to have. That's just silly. Yeah, I think that's what was going on. Okay, fine then. Where do we have? Hold on a second. I need to find. Okay, I can kind of see what was going on now. I can kind of see what was happening. The situation. I'm getting, okay, we're gonna pop that there so that it counts, but we're gonna just say it's maybe a frame, a photo frame. Yeah, that's just gonna be a photo frame. So, there we go. Photo frame up there in the corner. Perfect. Okay. You guys continue on your little thing. No? Oh, well, I'm sorry. Sit down. I apologize. Sit down, you two. Sit down. Oh my goodness, this trip ended up being like more dramatic than I thought it would be. But hey, I love these guys for creating drama for me. Thank you, thank you. So considerate of you guys. They're like, oh what? We're kind of getting to the end of the season. Really? You need more drama? Don't worry, we got you covered. We got you covered. Okay, why don't we Eve, and so like, yeah, right now Eve, ooh, Kyra's coming up! Kyra's coming up. But yeah, these guys, she's just like sitting there, oh my goodness. Kyra, do you have anything to say about this? Do you have anything to say about this? But yeah, Eve is initiating this whole thing. Catalea started it, to be fair. Catalea started it in the previous episode. But Eve's like, she's taking it further. Okay, let's see. Whisper sweet. Nothing. This is so wrong on so many levels. Just when I thought like Catalea could not get worse. I thought she had limits, guys. I was wrong. I was wrong in so many levels. Okay, look deeply into eyes. And Kyra's just there like chilling in the background. Witnessing this happen. At what point does it become wrong, guys? At what point can you like intervene and be like, wait a second, what the hell is going on? Can you please back up? At what point? Okay. Snuggle. Look at Kyra! She's like, is it because she's not processing what's happening? Oh my goodness. Can she even like go official with her? Daryl would be pissed if he like saw this. He would be pissed. Why? Because like he hasn't even been able to make progress with her, and then she is like doing all of this. I feel like he would be so cheesed off by this whole thing. Like he would be so upset. Okay, hold on. Catalea, honey, can you get up? Can you get up? Because we want to see if you guys can like. I don't even know if this is possible. Oh, yep, it is. Okay, come up here. Let's not do this downstairs, because, like, the queen is here, everyone is here, and obviously this is, like, a secret relationship they're pursuing. Guys, we're, like, Game of Thrones level up in here. I mean, we entered Game of Thrones era a long time ago, but, you know, this is wild. This generation is wild. And she said yes. Oh my goodness, Catalea. Catalea! This is so messed up. This is so messed up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that was that. That was that, guys. Yeah, the friendship thing I can deal with off camera. That was that. How's everyone else doing? Juno wants to be friendly with Kyra. I think, you know what, Juno may have sensed that her sister was quite... She wasn't looking that great when they came to the venue. I mean, she's much better now, but she wasn't looking that great. And I feel like she would have an inkling that it's got something to do with Mordred, so she'd want to ask to make sure if, you know, she's okay, like what's going on. And I think Kyra is going to tell her that things are fine, it's just married things, you know, that Juno can't really help her with. She's gonna have to figure out on her own. Especially because the situation is like such a unique one. Nobody's like been in that situation before. So she's just doing her own thing over there. Okay, Lucille has been wanting... I don't know what's going on with Lucille, but she has been wanting to flirt a bit with Kyra. And I don't know how well people would take... I mean, she's recently married. Like, what's going through your mind? Also, you are like... You're kind of having something with Guinevere, aren't you? Aren't you? It's just... You know what? Maybe it's like a teasing... the married couple flirtation. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's a little bit of that. Maybe it's just telling her like she looks really nice or something like that. Like nothing too serious. Maybe it's nothing too serious. It's like a innocent complimenting flirtation. I hope. I flippin' hope I see that pink. Okay. I mean, they did have, like, very briefly something going on before, like, the whole marriage thing was arranged for Kyra. It wasn't even really a thing. It was just a flirtationship that ended abruptly. Kyra, she's got nothing going on. Neither does Eden. Catalea wants to become... Aren't you already friends with Kyra? You are, you silly goose. You're already friends with her. Mordred, he had this try for a baby whim, which we know about, but, you know, can't exactly pursue. And then Matchmaker K. He's, like, still hanging out. We don't know if he's going to stick around or if he's going to leave and go back. He wants to be friendly with Lady Catalea. Of course he does. Of course he does. She's, like, the reason they're here. She is their, you know, secret agent in the vampiric queendom. So, having a good relationship with her is probably good, or being friendly with her. And then he wants to become friends with the priestess. So, okay, that's intriguing. He wants to become friends with the priestess. But I think we should be good to, like, take everyone back now that, you know, we've spent some time away from Castle Eden. I think it's good for us to probably send them back. And then I don't think Mordred is gonna, like, permanently move in with the Coven. I think more or less Mordred is going to stay at... Was it Castle Wisteria? Was it Castle Wisteria? I think he's staying at Castle Wisteria right now, like he and Kay. They were at the Lagathus Saloon, but then they were kind of moved to Castle Wisteria, and maybe, like, that's going to be the prince's residence. So... I could see that. And then, you know, if they have a son in the future, they'd probably raise their son in one of the old castles. So, we'll get that sorted, and then we'll dive back in to see how everyone's doing. We might even actually... I might focus on some of Bloom's training, to be honest. We'll see. If they have some interesting whims, we might check in on them to see what's happening. Okay, we are back in Castle Eden. Princess Bloom is busy, as you can see, trying to upskill and further train her vampiric abilities. She's out here by the graveyard, how delightful, just reading her tomes. And then she's going to do some dark meditation. She is right now a prime vampire, so she's got like 2 ranks to go before she's pretty much ready to just be sitting around and waiting to become an immortal. So that's great to know. Now, she did want to go ahead and, you know, flirt with Estelle and then chat with Delphi. So we're going to look into that in a second. Also, guys, guess who has aged up into 18? We have Lord Reed. Lord Reed Dravage, Lagatha's second and only surviving son, has aged up into 18. So this is kind of what it looks like over here. I mean, it's Lagatha's son, so he has to have fabulous hair. But I want to see if we can try and, like, get him over here. I was supposed to set that up, but I did not. Huh. Well, can we, like, end the gathering and then call him over again? I don't know why he didn't show up with the others. Oh! Jason was kind of lagging behind as well. But, let's take a look at him. And what is up with these? He's like, no, no, I want to hide my face. Come on. Come on, Reed. Don't be moody, boy. Don't be moody. Come on. Don't be moody with me. You need to show your face because What is up with that? Can you stop giving the side eye? Can you stop giving the side eye, please? There we go. There we go. So this is a Lord Reed, guys. Lord Reed Ravage. He's like this, like I said, second son. The first one died, unfortunately. But this is what he looks like. We can kind of see a little bit more now that he is a teen. As a child, we were kind of blown away by how close to Lagertha he looked. I can definitely see more of his father now that he is older. He doesn't look nearly as much like Lagertha as we thought. Maybe when he was a child he did, but I feel like now he looks a lot like his dad instead. Like with those green eyes, definitely not the hair color, but the features as well. The only thing that he's got similar to his mother is the freckles. He gets the freckles from Lagertha. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. But there we go. That is Reed. I think he is the final child, apart from, like, the final male child. I think he's the final male child to age up. So, you know, we won't have to worry about him and giving him a makeover anymore from here on. Ice is the last one left. But, yeah, there we go. We got a bit of a look at him. But, okay, Bloom. Where you at, honey? Where are you at? Let's go ahead and find Estelle. Estelle, I'm sure she's like hanging around here somewhere. Okay, she's in the bathroom. Let's go and flirt with Estelle. Come on. Come on, Bloom. You've been busy with your training. You've been doing a really good job. I think you can afford to take a little bit of a break. Guys, you know what? You know what? Who did Estelle? Estelle had like a brief thing going on with Diana that was never really talked about because the whole Jacob thing happened. But remember how Reed, this is another thing I haven't talked about, but I feel like Reed has a crush on Bloom. He's had that since he was a child. He just feels like Bloom is like the most beautiful thing he has ever seen. He is completely smitten by her. And then when they were younger, Bloom, she was friendly with him, but she didn't pay him too much attention. She was actually, she was more attracted to Nixon. Like she had a puppy crush, you know, like a little girl crush on Nixon. And she tried really hard to befriend him. But I think now that she's a teen, she's like grown out of it a little bit. And that's interesting to me because, you know, she's choosing to express interest in Estelle. I mean, to be honest, a lot of these flirtations, we don't really know what will happen until they start showing a, like, pink romance bar. Because sometimes they flirt and then it never eventuates. But this is kind of interest. She's kind of, now that she's older, this is the first time I think she's showing interest in anyone, and it's Estelle. So let's go check her out. Let's go flirt with Estelle. Okay, flirtation. And let's see what's going on with that. I feel like Ice, at least as a child, she doesn't really think too much about crushes and all of that. She's just too busy being excited about everyone who lives like in the castle and not really bothered about everyone who lives out of the castle. Okay, let's go on in. And I am still, like, my head is still spinning from the whole Eve and Catalea situation. In case it's not clear to you guys, let me simplify their relationship. Catalea is Eve's stepmother, and Eve is Catalea's stepdaughter. And they're secretly seeing each other behind the queen's back. And some people saw the, like, Kyra and stuff, and Lucille saw them on top, like, of the tavern. Oh my goodness. No, she was rejected! Oh my goodness. Bloom, I'm so sorry. Bloom was rejected. That's so embarrassing. Oh my goodness, that is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing because I'm pretty sure Estelle and Diana flirted a bit and she didn't reject Diana, but yikes. I'm so sorry, Bloom. Let's just take this and let's just move on. Let's just move on. But yeah, some people saw them on the second floor of the tavern, but I feel like it's just so unexpected. People wouldn't, like, their heads wouldn't go there, their brains wouldn't go that far. unless they're like actually caught doing something red-handed, I don't think people are going to believe so much. Yeah. Also, now that, you know, we are back in this bathroom, I just want to quickly talk about something that has been, like, escaping my mind. So, remember that instance where, was it before the Royal Tournament, where Delphi, she was here with Daryl, and Daryl forcefully, like, drank her blood and then told her to be quiet and not tell anyone, especially Eve, and then Juno overheard, and some of you guys were saying, like, what's Juno going to do with that information? She hasn't really said anything about it, and the thing with Juno is, I feel like Juno's always, throughout her childhood and like teen days and even as a young adult, she's somehow always like happened in on something, some piece of information that she has then like kept and not exploited. Because if you think about it, when she was younger, I'm pretty sure she knew about like the crap that Serrano was doing or how Meredith died. I feel like she knew about it. And she told Elaine, but, like, you know, nothing came from that. But she didn't go to anyone else with that information. And then when Catherine and Eden were getting married, Juno was the only one who noticed that Cataleo was unhappy with the marriage, but she didn't exactly confront her, do anything about it. And so I don't know if she would, or when she would decide to use this information. She knows a lot of things, and I feel like she uses it to personally leverage and, like, decide on her, inclination within the court, but I don't feel like she like blackmails anyone or she confronts people with it. It's just like extra information in her database. But yeah, intriguing stuffs. Okay, back to, who was it, Bloom? Bloom, you also want to chat with Lady Delphi, who is right here dancing with you. Nice. Maybe try and cheer her up. I don't know why she's upset. I'm not entirely sure why she is so sad. But yeah, let's cheer up Delphi. We'll go do that. We go do that. And I think this is probably a good place to wrap up this episode. I don't want it to, you know, run too long. But next time we come back, guys, we have the next council reappointment, and we also have Ice's birthday, so she's going to be aging up into 18. How excited. We pretty much have, guys. Look at this. We have like 3 weeks about, like in-game weeks. Got about 3 in-game weeks before this season is over, because I did say it'll probably be over around here, like at the beginning of spring sometime. So time is ticking, but okay, I'm gonna see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.